Navigation tools. Hello. In this lesson, we will learn navigation tools. Navigation tools you see on the left side of the screen. There are 3 tools. Rotation v scaled IR. So respectively the movement, rotation and size change tools. Let's start with the movement tool. We click on the movement tool. We see colorful arrows and squares are on our object. Other. We encounter the same situation when we choose objects, like our cube. We can also move our camera and light. Now let's explain the duties of the shapes you see. First, we come across a white circle. This white circle mouse. When we hold with, we can move the object where we want. When we leave the mouse, we move the object to that point. Let's undo our actions. We move from the center. We press the Ctrl-Z key. To ensure free movement, we need to hold IT through the white circle to change the movement on the axis. Holding the arrow in color representing the corresponding axis, we need to move. Y-axis green, X-axis red, and the Z-axis is represented by the color blue. X-axis hold the red arrow to move. We can move it anywhere on the X-axis. For Y, we can hold the green arrow and leave IT after IT moves. For Z, hold the blue arrow. We can move it wherever we want. Now let's center our object again. Frames you see. Axis in the color it represents. Used to lock. For example, the object. He wants IT to move in the X and Y-axis directions. But we don't want IT moving on the Z-axis. We gotta hold the blue square cursor and move it. As you can see, object moving on the X and Y-axis, but does not move on the Z-axis. The same applies to other axes. These operations, we can do it after selecting the motion button on the left. But with this button selected, activating just to move, and does not allow us to take any further action. Therefore, the shortcut keys are general. We need to show the lines. Use the shortcut keys for these operations. Will be healthier. We pass and select backs and choose our object. The shortcut key to move is the G key. After choosing, will allow us to move the object first. Just move the mouse. When we press the left mouse button, our transport will be approved. To move the object on the axis, we press the move button. Then the axis we want to move the object. IT will be enough to press the button that represents. Move our object on the Y-axis as an example. After pressing the G key, our object is free moving. Then when we press the Y key, just go where we want on the Y-axis. The same applies to the X and Z axis. With Shift key for locking feature, we need to select the direction key. First we press the G key. Then, to move our object in the direction we want, we select the direction key with Shift. For example, our object does not move on the Z-axis. First we press the G key. Then press the Z key with Shift. Our object moves on the X and Y-axis. But there is nitrogen monoxide change in the Z-axis. Now we move to our other object navigation tool. Our next object navigation tool, rotation. So it's our spin button. Are on our object when we select the rotate button. One is white and the other 3 are the color of the axis. For symbols come out. Our white symbol object from our point of view 3. Used to rotate in free direction. If we don't want to confirm the transaction we made here, we can press the right button without leaving the left button of the mouse. If we want to rotate our object in x-axis, we hold the red strip. This move, one passing through the center of the object in the direction of the x-axis, allows us to turn around the axis. For our object to rotate on the y-axis, if the green strip is to provide one rotation on the z-axis, we hold the blue strip. We also have shortcuts for these processes. Let's briefly talk about these short routes. Let's passive select looks first. Our rotation key is R. Free one rotation occurs when we press the R key. If we make one direction selection after pressing R key, starts to turn from the center of the relevant axis. Let's do this on the y-axis. Let's press the R key and then the Y key. Our object, as you can see, provides one rotation where the y-axis passes through the center. Finally, we perform our operation on the z-axis. First we press the R key and then the Z key. Our object, as a result of our operation, provides one rotation around the z-axis. Add one new object to our scene to change size. Click on Scale, the Size Change tool. Let's add our object before. Shift O1 cube using a move. As you can see, similar to the motion keys are on our object. Cursors are located, but at the end of these cursors, there are nitrogen monoxide arrows like before. Instead of arrows, there are cubes at the end of the cursors. So what do these cubes do? Cubes just that axis. We use it in the current size change process for, just like in the movement process. White circle. IT helps to enlarge and shrink our object in every way. The most important feature of this process is, notice in which direction. After holding the object with your mouse, if we move the mouse closer to the object gets smaller. If we remove the mouse from the object starts to grow. Let's say the object is just. We want to achieve one growth in the y-axis. Select the cube in the color Y represents and select the same amount of our object growing in the direction. But on the X and Z axes, we will see that there is nitrogen monoxide 1 growth. Let's undo our transaction. For the X-axis, we keep the color where X is represented again. And we leave. But Y? Easy. We see that there is nitrogen monoxide 1 growth in the axis. Let's undo our transaction. Here again 2 ways in the motion process. So lock one direction. In other 2 directions, we can give our object growth and shrinkage. There are square and colored buttons. No one growth in the Z-axis. But if we want to have one growth on the X and Y axes, lock the blue square X. One growth in Y and Z axes. Or if we want to reduce, red square. If we want to fix Y, holding the green square, IT will be enough to move. We take the Y-axis as an example. Growth occurs on the X and Z axis. There is nitrogen monoxide 1 growth in the Y-axis. Let's undo our transaction. We also have shortcuts for these processes. Let's briefly talk about these short routes. Go to the select box. S key will make our object grow in every aspect. Our object will shrink when we approach. When we get away, IT will grow. If we select the direction key after pressing the S key, only one growth in that direction will occur. Let's see an example over the Z axis. We press the S key, then press the Z key. As you can see, when we remove the mouse, grow the Z axis that looks like height. When we get closer, it will continue to shrink. Locking feature also. IT happens just like in the motion process. We press the S key, not on the Z axis, just X and Y. One size change in axis. We want IT to happen. Press Shift Z. Just as you get away, one growth occurs in the X and Y axes. If you paid attention, there is nitrogen monoxide 1 growth on the z-axis, our navigation tools and their uses. This way we can explain. See you in the next section.